The knock on my door was unexpected, but nothing could have prepared me for who stood on the other side. My boss's wife, eyes cold and calculating, held a folder in her hands like a weapon. The world seemed to tilt as she stepped inside without waiting for an invitation, her heels clicking ominously on my hardwood floor. "I think we need to talk," she said, voice as sharp as broken glass. My mind raced, 1,000 excuses and apologies scrambling to the surface, but the truth sat heavy in the air between us, undeniable and damning. Her gaze never wavered as she laid the folder on my kitchen table and opened it with a flick of her manicured fingers. Photos, texts, receipts, an avalanche of evidence that chronicled every stolen moment, every whispered promise. How long had she known? How long had my secret been a shadow in her marriage, lurking just out of sight? I felt exposed, like a child caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and the weight of my betrayal settled like a stone in my gut. As she spoke, recounting details with a precision that made my skin crawl, I realized she wasn't here for answers. She was here for justice. The confrontation was brutal, each accusation a lash, each revelation a fresh wound. But even as the walls closed in, a part of me marveled at her restraint, the calm fury that simmered beneath her composed exterior. When she finally finished, she looked at me with a mix of pity and disdain. "I won't tell him," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "but this ends now." It was a reprieve, a lifeline tossed into the chaos, but it came with a price. The knowledge that I owed my silence to the woman I had wronged was a bitter pill to swallow. As she turned to leave, a final, unexpected twist unfurled like a dark ribbon in my mind. The affair hadn't been just a reckless dive into forbidden waters, it had been a desperate attempt to escape the growing emptiness inside me, a void that no amount of deceit could fill. In that moment, watching her retreating form, I realized my real betrayal was not just against my boss or his wife, but against myself. I had become a stranger in my own life, and now, faced with the wreckage of my choices, I was left with the daunting task of rediscovering who I truly was.